Eyewitness Breaking News.
Bakersfield Christian BHS fighting for state football titles tonight. We're live from the first game where CHS takes on Modesto Central Catholic. In federal court today, a local man accused of selling the drug Spice. We showed you this summer's raid. Now more on the case. And local authorities arrest a man suspected of multiple sexual assaults, while his lawyer says law enforcement has made a mistake.
Broadcasting live in high definition. This is KBAK Eyewitness News at 6.
Well, this is an unprecedented day for high school football fans in Bakersfield, with two teams from the same city competing in state finals.
Bakersfield High School and Bakersfield Christian High School fans traveled to Carson in buses just to be there to cheer on the hometown teams. Reporter Kendall Nunley is at the stadium and spoke with eager fans. Kendall?
Courtney and Kurt, fans from across the county are out here in big numbers in support of the BCHS game going on behind me. But get this, they're not all Eagle fans. Drillers are also in full support here in Bakersfield's quest for not one, but two championship teams. At 10 a.m. sharp Friday morning, Bakersfield Christian High students were loading a bus to Carson to attend the high school championship bowl game.
And it's our first state game, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
I'm just excited for us to be here and just like how it stayed. It's such a huge game.
For the first time ever, BCHS will be playing in the state championship game, an opportunity some called the chance of a lifetime.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, it feels like I'm in a movie, in a fairy tale, you know, just being able to live like this.
And across town, Mayor Harvey Hall and Congressman Kevin McCarthy were in attendance for the BHS send-off to the bowl game. That's right, two of California's top 10 finest high school football teams are from, you guessed it, Bakersfield.
First time BCHS has made it to state. It's a pretty big deal. BHS is going to be there too, so hopefully both teams win.
Everyone in Kern County is just beside themselves.
And lined outside of StubHub Center, parents.
They've worked really hard. The varsity team has worked so hard, and they deserve it. They deserve it.
Students.
We aren't that big of a school, but yet we made it this far, and so it's a cool opportunity.
School presidents.
It's just incredible. Our guys have worked hard all year. They've got a great coach. They've learned a lot.
And even alumni.
We're really BHS fans, but why wouldn't you support BCHS?
We're out supporting BCHS and BHS for the chance for two Bakersfield teams to reign as state champions.
Go Eagle! Maybe we'll have two championships, and maybe we won't, but it's a good thing to be able to try. Go Drillers, go Eagle!
And now for an update on the score. It is currently 22-14. BCHS is down, but we all have a lot of faith that that'll all turn around all soon. Now join us at 10 on Fox, and right back here at 11 we'll have full highlights and hopefully some good news that Bakersfield has two hometown champs. Live at the StubHub Center, I'm Kendall Nunley, Eyewitness News.
Pulling for BCHS. Thanks, Kendall.
More news now, and the lawyer for an alleged serial rapist saying his client is wrongfully accused. 33-year-old Billy Ray Johnson, accused in a series of sexual assaults over the summer in East Bakersfield. He was arrested by undercover officers in October on gun charges. Johnson's lawyer said his client will prove that he is innocent.
Ms. Zimmer has told the media that there's DNA that links Mr. Johnson to these crimes. They haven't provided any of it. Mr. Johnson is a scapegoat, and he is the wrong person.
Johnson's next court appearance on the sexual assault scheduled for late January. He's being held on $6 million bail.
A local man accused of selling dangerous drugs is in federal court today. As Eyewitness News showed you exclusively, agents launched a major raid this summer looking for the drug called Spice. Reporter Carol Ferguson has today's developments. Carol?
This morning's hearing was about holding 51-year-old Michael Kamar in jail until there's a trial. Federal officers say he's behind the sales of synthetic marijuana, or Spice. He owns some shops and a whole warehouse they investigated. As drug agents went in, we were there. Officers reported entire floors of merchandise, Spice, and bath salts like a synthetic cocaine. 7 smoke shops were raided and 2 homes. Now accused, Michael Kamar faces drug conspiracy, possession, and distribution charges. DEA agents say the drugs were worth $2.7 million. Parents say Spice is horribly dangerous.
When I first got him home, he had demons chasing him.
The U.S. attorney argued Kamar should stay in jail. The drugs are dangerous and marketed to kids. Also alleging Kamar was in China last year to buy drug-making materials. But Kamar's defense lawyer says that was a legitimate business trip. He has no serious criminal past and has significant ties to the community, family, and businesses here. Also, the raid was 6 months ago. Kamar could have already left. The judge weighed, should he be released on bond? She said huge amounts of drugs and money were seized, and Kamar is willing and able to travel out of the country and has a Jordanian passport. But the family's willing to put up equity in 3 homes as bond. One house belongs to this woman in brown, identified as his sister. She defended Kamar, saying he is not a bad person, and the laws about these drugs have been changing.
Hi, I'm with Channel 29. I'm Carol Ferguson.
I went in the warehouse days after the raid. We've investigated concerns about Spice for months.
Marketed to children, and that's something that we just can't tolerate in our community.
Agents said the arrest and raids come from a 2-year investigation. In Kamar's case, the judge agreed to release him on bond with a long list of conditions. Now, Kamar's attorney also argued that he suffers with some health problems made worse in jail. He is now set to be back in court in April. Back to you.
Well, it's a pretty nice weather today after a few clouds earlier this morning, and now it is completely clear outside. Some high clouds have been drifting across the region, but pretty nice out there now. 47 degrees, and the dew point is at 24, which matches the air quality index, which is in the good range right now. So it is generally clear, calm, and very, very dry. It's going to be a cold night tonight. Temperatures currently in the 40s and some low 50s across the region. You can see 30s in the Kern County Mountains, 48 degrees in Lake Isabella, 47 here in Bakersfield, 32 in Tehachapi, and over in the desert we're in 43, 44 degrees along the Highway 14. And just generally fair skies. We do have that low pressure system way off to the east of us. It's giving a little bit of rain to the Phoenix area. And of course tonight, for the last time, we're talking about Friday night football. Doesn't get any more ultimate than this, and that's Carson right there. And for the big game starting at 8 o'clock tonight with BHS and Del Oro, temperatures in Carson will be in the 50s. It'll be cool with light winds. Temperatures for us cooler will drop down into the 30s before this evening is out, down to 34 degrees. Some patchy frost first thing on Saturday morning. And fair and cool in the Kern County Mountains, 30s there pretty much throughout the period. Some 20s also later on tonight. But a warming trend for the weekend. We'll talk about it all coming up in just a few minutes. Kurt and Courtney, back to you.
Thank you, Miles. Covered California saw a spike of over 53,000 people enrolling in health care coverage in the last 3 days. Officials say the rise in state enrollment is about 60% more than in the entire month of October when the exchange opened for business. Monthly projections have not been released yet, but the exchange estimates between 500 and 700,000 customers will get coverage by March 31st.
New at 6, a team of student volunteers participated in the 2013 Kern County Youth Tobacco Purchase Survey. Kern County sheriffs and local police agencies organized this study in an effort to evaluate local clerks' willingness to sell tobacco products to minors. The countywide compliance check of 525 tobacco retail stores showed a slight increase in the rate of illegal tobacco sales to minors compared to last year's data.
So this is literally a matter of life and death, and I think that people take it for granted that it's against the law, so kids must not be able to easily get cigarettes, but that's unfortunately not the case.
Repeated violators had their tobacco retailer's permit suspended for 30 to 90 days.
Heroic moments. A police officer comes to the rescue after a plane makes a crash landing in Florida. The chaotic scene unfolded.
Brutal attack. A student throws punches out of control on another student inside a school bus. What the victim's mother is now saying should have been done.
And some patchy frost tonight here in the South Valley. Of course, cold in the mountains. Tomorrow is the shortest day of the year, still winter solstice, but we're going to start to see temperatures go up a little bit in the afternoon as we approach Christmas. We'll talk about it all coming up.